Hi, my name is Barney and welcome to another video. Today I want to bring you another budget build from new parts for around 380 USD at the time of filming this video. All the parts will be listed in the description below, and let's go through the main parts quickly. The heart and soul of the system, the Ryzen 3 2200G, a 4-core 4-thread CPU with boost up to 3.7 GHz, and a Vega 8 graphics solution. With the current price around 90 USD, you cannot go wrong with this budget option. For motherboard, I have chosen this B450 Micro ATX board from Gigabyte. It's roughly around 80 USD currently, and it has all the features that you need for your basic entry-level or mid-range systems. It also has an M.2 slot and 4 RAM slots to provide you with further upgradability. And it also supports RGB. For memory, I have chosen this 2x4 kit from HyperX, 3200 speed and CL16 timing. The reason I'm showing an empty box is because the PC is already assembled. That brings us to the case, which is the Cooler Master Masterbox Q300L. Just quickly about this case. It does have 2 dust filters, both of them are magnetic on the front and the top. The front I/O consists of 2 USB 3.0s and a standard mic in and headphone out. Also a power on and a reset switch. It includes one case fan already mounted on the back of the case. As you can see, the case has plenty of space even for this mess, what I would love to call as cable management. And also the single 1TB 3.5-inch hard drive is also mounted in the back of the case, which gonna be our main storage solution. Also, there is a dust filter on the bottom of the case. And last but not least, the power supply is a 500 watt Cooler Master power supply. I think it's 80 plus certified as well. The normal cost is around 40 USD for a similar unit. With all those parts inside, the total system cost is somewhere around 370 to 380 USD. And without further ado, let's jump into some benchmarks. The gameplay footage you're gonna see is from my main system because I didn't want to ruin the game performance with recording. And unfortunately, I do not have an Elgato external capture card at the moment. Before we jump into any gaming benchmarks, let's run Cinebench R15 to test how good our CPU is. Our multi-threaded score averaged about 563 points, while the single core performance was about 131 points. Let's jump into some gaming. All testing was done by 1080p resolution. The first game is Fortnite on the low settings with 100% scaling. We averaged about 63 FPS with a 1% low of 41 FPS. The next game to test was League of Legends on the maximum settings. We achieved 121 FPS on average with a 1% low of 84. I have also tried Counter-Strike Global Offensive on the lowest settings without any anti-aliasing. We averaged 138 FPS and the 1% low was also 70. I also tried one of my favorite games to test, GTA 5 on the low settings and the DirectX 10 mode. We have averaged 47.4 FPS with the 1% low of 29.2, but I have to say it was a very playable experience. The next game on the list is Ring of Elysium on the very low settings. We achieved 36 FPS on average with the 1% low of 15. Not really playable, but if you lower the resolution to 720p, it might run better. A little bit. So the next game on the list is PUBG on the very low settings, 1080p resolution. We averaged 33.1 FPS with a 1% low of 1.3 FPS only, which in my opinion is a complete garbage. I turned down the resolution to check 720p if it's any better, and yes, the average jumped up to 48.6 FPS with a 1% low of 22.7. But still, I think this game is still an unoptimized garbage, and I would avoid playing it with this hardware. Next on our list is another esports title, Rocket League. On the second best quality settings we averaged 72 FPS with a 1% low of 55. Also a very nice, very playable experience. And for last but not least, I also tried Overwatch. On the low settings with 100% render scale, we averaged 48.7 FPS with a 1% low of 36.7, which was a very playable experience in my opinion. With all that said and the benchmarks done, the question remains, who would I recommend this PC to buy for? And the answer is simple. All those casual players who just want to use their PC normally, like watching YouTube, email, etc, etc, but also want to do some light gaming like CSGO, League of Legends, etc with the friends sometimes. And also for those people who do not have the money currently for a better video card, for those people this is a perfect opportunity to buy into the platform and later upgrade it with a video card. So that was my quick take on the Ryzen 3 2200G. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe, like, share with your friends, and hopefully I see you guys all in the next one.